Hello everyone, and welcome to your quick and dirty introduction to Webex, which is one of the platforms we will be using in this blended online section of English 101. We will be using it relatively often, so it's important for you to get used to it, to understand a little bit about how it works, so that we can minimize as much as possible any mishaps or errors or questions or whatever else may happen before our first actual class on Thursday. So our first actual synchronous online class happening on Thursday. So you should be listening to this video on Wednesday or perhaps even on Tuesday in order to prepare you for our Thursday class. At the end of this video, you will hear some instructions on your very short, very easy homework assignment, which is due by Wednesday night at 11:59 p.m. That homework assignment is meant to ensure that you have listened to this video and gone into Webex and learned how to do a few things. Okay, so when you are getting ready to enter a Webex meeting, which you will be doing on Wednesday and which you will be doing again on Thursday for an actual synchronous class, you will first navigate to our nifty little homepage here. You will see I have conveniently located the Webex button at the very top of your screen, so you will click on that first. And it will take you to a list of Webex events that you may be able to join. You will see here that I have 2 events. You may have less or you may have more, depending on how many I've created by that time. You can see that events that are currently in progress will be highlighted in orange. Events that are not yet in progress will be grayed out and not able to be joined. For me, since I am the host, my button will say host. For you, I believe it will say join. When you want to join a Webex meeting, you do not click on this link here. Instead, you click on this button here underneath the start column. So for me, it's host. For you, it's join. One other thing to note is that here you do see this is the Webex platform that you will need to enter on Thursday, August 30th. I have conveniently labeled it for you so you can easily see this is where you'll record your first Webex homework due by August 30th, 11:59 p.m. Okay, so sometime on Wednesday, August 30th, you will join this Webex event and you will complete your homework. So for now, I'm going to go into our practice space since that is a good place for us to go to play around a little bit right now. And I'm going to quickly walk you through just some very essential getting to know Webex things. So once it pops up on your screen, which as you can see does take a little while, it will connect you to the Webex platform, which looks like this. Once it has connected, you will have this little box pop up. It'll ask you to choose between using your phone or your computer. You should be using your computer, so you'll click on computer. Once it has connected to your audio, you'll see a little green check here saying your audio has been connected. I recommend that all of you do listen to our Webex meetings with a headset so that my voice is as clear as possible. Sometimes the voice function doesn't record as loudly as I would like it to, and it's necessary for you to put in headphones to hear me better. Also, this will protect your roommates or other people who happen to be sitting around you from having to be listening to my voice when they don't need to. Okay, so this is what Webex looks like. And here is the box where anything that I might upload for our class, files or videos, whatever I might decide that we need to use for the class for that day will be visible. Over here is our attendance list. So once you have logged in, your name should appear here. Next to it, it will say participant. Mine says host. This is how I will check to see that you are logged in and that you are in attendance for the day. Okay. Below that is our chat box. This is something that we'll be using quite often. I'll be asking you for your opinions on things. I'll be asking you to enter some information about something, which might be useful to us. So you want to make sure you're able to use the chat function. This is very simple for anyone who's ever used any sort of chat function before. You just enter whatever text it is, whatever it is you want to say at the bottom. You press enter, and voila. So you see you don't need to write your name here because your name is already apparent to me. And that's pretty much it for chat. A few other things. Up here we have some icons that you might find handy. Sometimes I might ask you, raise your hand if you understand. And you will click on the hand button and it'll show up here and I'll see all the people here who understand. I might say, put a check next to your name once you've finished your activity. So sometimes I'll ask you to do an activity and when you come back, put a check mark here and I'll be able to see all the check marks from people who have completed their activity. I might say, if you're totally confused, put an X here. And that'll help me to see who is confused, how many of you there are. Or I might say, tell me how you're feeling right now. And you'll look in these icons here. You'll find an icon that relates most aptly to you and how you feel at that moment. I'm going to choose the coffee cup since I am currently drinking coffee. And it feels like it is appropriate. So I'm putting my coffee cup here. All right. A few other very quick things. I like to minimize my chat window here so I have more space for whatever shared thing we are doing. Once that shared thing is over, I might increase my chat area. I can increase it that way, and I can also increase it this way so that it becomes bigger. If we're doing a lot of chatting, it might be useful for you to be able to do that. A note though that if I do this, manipulate this on my end, it does not show up on your end. So you are in total control of the size and shape of these windows. No one else can see it but you. Unless I share my desktop with you, you won't be able to see what mine looks like either. So make sure that you are taking the initiative to manipulate these how you would like it, how you would like them. All right, so I think that's all the most important things about WebEx. Now for your homework, which will prove to me that you have listened to this video. It's pretty easy. All I need for you to do is to type in the last thing that you ate today. The last thing I ate today was cereal and yogurt, so I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to say it was great because I like to embellish a little bit. Then I would like you to put a timestamp. 4:51 p.m. is the time it is here at this particular moment. Then after that, I would like you, if you have a question, to write a question here. Maybe your question is, how do I make your voice louder? And my answer to that question, if you had already tried raising the volume on your computer, would be to put in a headset. Okay? But these are the things that you will list out. You'll tell me the last thing you ate. You'll give me a timestamp. You'll give me a question. If you have one, if you don't have one, that's fine. Just say, I don't have a question. You will enter it into the chat box. Bam, I see your name. I see all the things I've asked for. The last thing I want you to do is choose one of these icons. It could be any icon at all, and leave it next to your name so I can see that you have played around with those two functions. I'm going to leave myself a little happy face with a smile, and I have this sentence here. So that's all. Hopefully that was clear. If you have any questions about this particular video, make sure to email me or find some other way to get in touch with me. As for your homework, be sure that on Wednesday, sometime between 12 a.m. and 12 p.m., which gives you a 24-hour window, that you log into that WebEx room that I showed you earlier and that you enter this information. I will be logging in at the end of the day. I will also probably be recording the session, and I will just check to see that you have done those things. Okay? All right, so that's all for now, and I will see you in WebEx on Thursday at our normally scheduled class time. See you then.